Hey, what up anyone who's watching? This is View with Eyes, and it's time again where I recommend some great anime that doesn't regularly get talked about in the anime community. Please like and subscribe for more, and I will now be opening up this video with something mellow and fun, Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun.
Yoshi! Sakura-chiyo, ikimasu!
This isn't something that I discovered by myself. My friend recommended it to me years ago, and I am normally suspicious of her recommendations because she likes girly anime, but this one turned out to be quite fun. It is rare for girls in any type of format to outright ask their crush out, but Chiyo Sakura decided to put all her cards on the table with this guy Nozaki. Nozaki is secretly a manga artist, and he mistakes her advances for something else and instead gives her his autograph. After a series of miscommunications, Chiyo somehow ends up as Nozaki's new assistant and helps him with his manga, all while still having a crush on him. But the real question here is, will the completely oblivious Nozaki, who somehow writes shoujo manga but is very blind to this very obvious crush, ever notice Chiyo's feelings for him? Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun is nothing crazy, and it doesn't have to be. All it has to do is put a smile on your face, and if you are not an overly judgmental anime viewer, I'm highly positive that it will.
こいつの位置がもう少しで中心。
When it comes to sci-fi shows, movies, and even anime that takes place in space, the automatic thought would be that this would be something action related. However, this one takes a completely different route to the space travel sci-fi premise. It instead looks at people working at a space station that cleans up the unwanted garbage between the orbit of the moon and planet Earth. It is a low-class job that often gets joked about in the show, but it is actually very dangerous and important in the grand scheme of things. The story doesn't strictly focus on the job though, it also delves into the surrounding characters and gives us some insight into their dreams and aspirations. Look, I completely understand that this may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I still highly recommend it, and for an anime that was released in 2003, the animation quality still holds up. Next up we have Undead Girl Murder Farce. Our story here starts off in Japan and quickly takes us to Europe, with our MCs teaming up with the common goal of tracking down a man with the letter M carved into his cane. The reason for this stems from the fact that this mysterious man is responsible for the beheading of this immortal woman Ayarindu and for the experimentation of this half-demon Sugaru Shunichi. Mazarindo and Sugaru then team up in search of this man, but in their travels they also take their time to solve cases along the way, almost like a supernatural detective agency. Now the thing is, there hasn't been any news of a second season, but just based off the very interesting premise and how much I truly enjoyed this one, I really wanted to recommend it anyway because it has been one of the highlights of my week.
Oi, Kisama! 随分と上等な真似してくれたじゃねえか。
And the penultimate recommendation today is Rainbow. This one is a little bit on the darker side, so if you are someone who doesn't like sinister themes, this may not be for you. I have yet to finish this one, but sometimes an anime just makes me so excited that I have no choice but to prematurely recommend it, so here it is. Rainbow tells us a story about brotherhood, struggle, and perseverance, and it looks at a group of teenagers who were sent to prison for various crimes. all 6 of these prisoners end up in the same cell where they get acquainted with a former boxer. After an introduction involving fists, the group starts to bond with each other. With each episode they grow closer and struggle as they try to survive the brutality of prison while still having hope for their future when they finally get out. One thing that is sure about Rainbow is that it knows where to hit you in the feels, and another thing is that the villains here are so heinous that they somehow let So Tucker look tame. But that could be a good thing because the comeback of this group might just be one of the most satisfying things that we will ever experience in an anime. I'm just speculating. Hey people, if you like this video so far, please like and subscribe, and we are now at our final recommendation, Ranking of Kings. Before I get into the premise of this one, I just want to ask you guys if you've ever watched Dororo. I ask this because for some reason Ranking of Kings reminds me of Dororo. Dororo is such a brilliant anime, and if anything can even slightly remind me of it, that is like an instant win for me. Young Boji is the prince next in line for the throne, but the thing about Prince Boji is he doesn't have the ability to hear or speak. He's also very diminutive and lacks any physical strength, even though both of his parents are giants. For this reason, the entire kingdom looks down on him, but while Boji doesn't have any standout physical attributes, he definitely has enough heart to compensate for his handicaps. One day during one of his daily adventures in the kingdom, Boji meets a shadow creature. This creature at first robs the prince of his belongings, but after witnessing Boji's kindness, an unlikely friendship starts to form. Now with his new friend by his side and betrayal on the horizon, will Boji ever reach his rightful place in the kingdom given his substantial disadvantages? Guys, let me tell you now, don't let the silly animation fool you, because I know some of you lunatics will judge it and instantly ignore it, but I promise you, Ranking of Kings hits way above its weight class in more ways than one. But yeah, I think that is gonna be it for this video. This is View with Ice, and I hope you really try out some of these anime.
くそー